say, oh yeah, that thing you do to make me crazy. Oh mommy, touch me, that thing you do to make me crazy. Oh yeah.
NFM Radio. 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 NFM Radio.
President Manado, a friend of Matheson, Sunan and War. Makwatna Awun Holland, Aqua Sam in Fifre. Sikaka Crane Yayamo, the Diaba Nia Memaimo, Ghana, Diababe 2 registered bank, AJN Banki. President Manado, Uber TV so the catcher Ghana for sale. JN Bank and yet Negumayi, Tiwaji Bank and alliances with the customers in Isika 3 years money, Mensanka Misika. Sikaka Kreka Yanoso, 550 million. Media kwako to commercial bank. Na midi nimse commercial bank diye. Midi nisika kotuwa save. President Nanado. Enam IMF bosiana wokwako buninti. Osi mimi sika 550 million na udia kwako ye jumenya interest. Trene no so. Ose umfamame. Jese 2024. Ne sikano interest ketuwano aminyano. Obema mimu 5%. Menye juma wogana. Minti miso enko Holland se meko ye juma. Minfia ko enimu kakra. Kwa ben so na mefaswa meneme ire ne memba ibedidi. Mr. President. Mesero se memma se mebe street carefully ho. Mia misika makosam infifre enyano. Mesero se obema mensa aka. Obi bia obi tie saa me audio me record ni bi no. Mesram se mo de beto mo platform so. Ebetimi afa so ma President Nanado Nensaka we nyamase ni bi etie. Ghana mpanyim for mesram so se mo ne President Nanado be kasa ma me. Medamase.
Good morning, President Nanado Adankwa Akufo-Addo. I'm paying me bano boko. Midin the ASP retired Franklin Nati. Mesun Ghana ewo police mu 24 plus years. Na me gratuity mensan kano milito bond 2 years. Aka 1 year this year, September. Year 2023. Na mi bond no amateur. Wo adwina wo di ba ye say wakoboka ana wa bugana abofom enti me bra ma bre sika medi to bond no commercial bank no onfa mame we enye am robber ene be chimiji misika o oman panyi a ya to abama no se onhwe yeso emra wo fru plane 18,000 pounds an hour nkrofo kachre o wante emra wo fa so many ministers se omunu na oni omu betumi aye adwuma nkrofo kachre o wante ene your incompetence inti me bre amabre me disika yedi tua me ka say gratuity Me fa hwe me ho so no. Usi wafa. This is 2033. Se mi manum na upese omumbeji sikana na minana nomwa minim. President, wani diemu misrew. Unuana ni bank edi enim eji loans no mfaso a wanya no misrew. Mano fa nsa mfaso no ekutu yesika no. Mesika no mfa mame. Nanado utrimu yedin papa. Obi a maye juma Ghana mra kire se 24 years plus no yentua meka as a retired officer no. Usi untua meka. Minya 60 years ye. Nanado minister mibisa wo. Have you been a civil servant in Ghana before? Have you worked as a civil servant? Please. Nanado. Mimpese mbe kasatiao. Mimpese mbe dumi wusu eni ubusian derby. Midi yao esreo. Tise na Mr. Matheson. Efri sunyani esreo no. Jai misika mami. Midin di ASP Franklin Kwesi Nate. Mi tome bon wo commercial bank. It was Accra North branch. Please, I beg you, in the name of God, don't touch my money. Don't touch my money. Don't touch my money. Anybody who receives this, please send it to as many platforms for Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo to see, to hear, and to see. Or his cousin Ken Oforiatta should hear. Please. Please. Please, Nanado, I'm not supposed to beg you. Because when you were begging that you should be tried, I remember traveling from Kumasi to Kofroduya to vote for you 2016, thinking you are bringing something on board. I regretted it. I have regretted all my life. Some friends told me, Anka unya accident or question na uya. Well, Nanado, please, whoever received this message, forward it to as many platforms. Let Nanado hear me and ensure I have my money. Thank you.
NFM Radio.
the clergy and the religious this thing, when they speak, they shake the foundation. And it is only the church that will address meaningfully the canker going on. And they want to silence all credible voices. Now, today, we will reveal everything to you. This question has, direct relation with the pronouncements of Reverend Professor Marty. Let me tell you why people do not want Professor Marty to talk. Listen, they have tried, politicians have tried all means, all means, to muzzle me, to get me, but they can't. They come with bribes, fat envelope, $100,000. Listen. I want everybody to listen. Politicians came to my house with fat envelope, $100,000, not cedis, dollars. And also with the promises that, if you keep quiet, we will give you a house at Trazaco with swimming pool. You know what? We will give you.
Reverend Marty, a good friend of mine, you've made your point. That point was made long time ago, and today, apparently, you are in talking. So, who are we? Anyway, you are still listening to MUSa here on NFM Radio. Forgive our partners for the previous initial hiccup. You know, this electrics and electronics and everything, technology. Sometimes when the weather becomes too hot, in fact, the studio is very hot and I've got all the fans working. So hopefully we should get a smooth ride from now on. Welcome to Fire Obeying once more. Tonight we're discussing Ghana politics as usual. Well, firstly, the policeman who was needlessly killed. We'll get to that later. But now what I want to discuss with a member of NDC back in Accra is about this issue of, the politics that is being played, or should I say, the politics that is being done in Ghana. It looks like opposition politics, requires a lot of a bit more of input. A lot to be desired or to regret about opposition in Ghana. Hello. Sometimes, Mr. Tete Chai, I think you can hear me. Can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Chai, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Very good. Right, so before Mr. Tete Chai will come in, what I want to say is that the NDC, every time, recently I heard, before the Chief Justice was even sworn in or vetted, one or two NDC people were already coming out to endorse her that she will be a good Chief Justice. You see, in normal politics, that is okay. You speak the truth, or it doesn't matter if somebody is your opponent and he or she is good, you say it. But NDC people should realize that this is not normal territory anymore. Akufo-Addo's MPP, these guys are ruthless. They understand that should they go into opposition, I tell you, as they say, if you have problem with Chewa and Inimba, or in this case, you have problem with Auntie Akwele and her Pikins, then the whole village will be too small for you. You won't fit in there. So the MPP, they are very ruthless. Now, the reason I'm saying this is that not long ago, one NDC MP came on air to say that the vice president, is under suspicion of having dual citizenship still. That one we are broaching over it. We are thinking about it. We are going into this. Some people are trying to investigate to find the truth. But for an MP, I mean, a former diplomat to say that, he wouldn't say that just for TikTok or for the revenge or anything of that. No. So there might be some iota of truth somewhere. That is one. Then today, I am reading on Ghana Web that Victor Smith, who used to be the High Commissioner here in London for the NDC, he is also saying that one MP from Ashanti, where is it? Where is it? Yes, in Suta Kwaman Beposu constituency. Apparently, this lady also had dual citizenship, which she renounced well late. I mean, it was later than Jachiquation. So something have to actually be, we have to look into it. It has to be investigated. My question is, NDC, these top people who are speaking, if you really have value to the comments you are making, it shouldn't be talking on radio and TV, on Facebook. It should be in the court, also fighting. I do understand. I do appreciate it. Maybe, just maybe, the money isn't there. So they are trying to, be cautious with expenditure. But really, if the politics, you do understand and you appreciate the difficulties that the NPP is trying to mount, make sure they put impediments in your way, and you better, as we say, put your money where your mouths are. Anyway, this afternoon or this evening, I've got Mr. Tete Chai, one of the member of NDC top hierarchy in Greater Accra, to find, make sense of what is going on. Mr. Tete Chai, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Once again, welcome. Yeah. Please.
I believe
go ahead.
It's afternoon at your end.
No, it is still, it's now 8:15 in the evening, and you are 7:15.
Okay.
So we are all in the evenings.
Okay. Okay. Then a good evening to your listeners as well.
Right. What do you make of what is happening? I'm sure you heard the comments made by what we call it, the former ambassador, Sampi Yali, about Baumia. I think you've heard about it. Maybe you have not heard about today's comment by Victor Smith, but in general, not specifics, in general, what do you make of all what is going on?
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, like you rightly said, these comments have not been verified. But if these comments are true, then, like you said, it's rather unfortunate because as citizens of the country, we are obliged to ensure that the rule of law is upheld and the constitution of our country is defended. So anything that goes contrary to the constitution of the land, it is the right of citizens to ensure that those rights are actually defended. So if it is very true that people within the country or people from the NDC end are actually aware of some of our opponents not being full citizens of the country, but then they owe dual citizenship, which therefore do not qualify them to become members of parliament. That is, if they have not declared to leave that citizenship, then it is contrary to the laws of the land. But the question is, I know you are not happy because there's a process that everybody needs to follow. And that is if you are a citizen and you get to know that a member who is now a legislator has not renounced his citizenship of another country, it is your duty as a good citizen to put the person before the law court so that you will prove that allegiance, whilst he also defends his non-allegiance to the country you think he belongs to. So for me, I'm a little bit surprised, but then these are things that we need to probe further. But you see, my brother, this dual citizenship issue, clearly the party has a stance. That is, the NDC as a political party has taken a stand. And judging from what our flag bearer has just enumerated to the good people of this country, that when he's elected as the president of the Republic of Ghana, he will ensure that that law that bars citizens who are owning other citizenship from other countries not being given the opportunity in our governance system, that thing will be a thing of the past. So for us as a party, we have taken a stance to ensure that every Ghanaian living everywhere, so far as we are contributing to the development of Ghana when it comes to the issues of governance, it is our duty to ensure that every citizen living everywhere takes part in the governance of our country. And for me, that is one thing that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has thrown to our people living within the diaspora, so that they will all come together and ensure that they rally behind His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to ensure that that particular issue in our constitution is expunged. But once it is still on the books, then it is incumbent upon us as citizens to expose and to ensure that any citizen who is currently in government be actually dealt with by law. So although the NDC as a political party has a stance on dual citizenship with the promise that that law will be expunged from our constitution to enable citizens working abroad, bringing resources into the country, helping with the productivity of the country, are also given that right, because most of them have the skill, they have the knowledge to assist the country to grow at a faster pace. So yes, we will like those party leaders who have come out to say that they know something about the dual citizenship of the said officials. They should come out, go to the court, and test it before the law. That is what will make you. But just mentioning it is not what we should do as a political party. Look at what one of our MPs is going through now. It's because an ordinary citizen went to court to test the law. So that is the way to go, and not just to make comments and then allow it to just lie down. No.
In this case, you are one of the top people within the NDC, at least in the Greater Accra region. What?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
It's a little bit faint, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay. I'm saying that you are part of the NDC hierarchy in Greater Accra region.
Yeah, I'm the regional secretary.
Very good. These sort of, I'm telling you, now, I'm reading what I've seen on what we call it, Ghana Web. Okay.
Ghana Web, yeah.
I know you have to do your cross checks and everything, but given that if you remember, not long ago, another NDC member told Ghanaians that another NPP member had some criminal sort of issue in Australia or something like that, a conviction.
Mm-hmm.
It was just said, and nothing came out of it. I mean, would you now tell your people or your, should I say, your party to take these things, these comments, these informations very seriously and make sure that the truth is actually revealed, either way?
Yeah, my brother, I totally agree with you. I said from the beginning that we are being guided by a national constitution. And once we are citizens of the country, we are all subject to the laws of the land. So it is incumbent on every citizen, irrespective of the political party you belong to, when you see wrong, you need to come out and then make it known, and not just making it known, but then ensure that the law takes its course. So, like you rightly said, I will urge our political leaders who are making those statements, because once you have the facts, you have the evidence, what stops you from going to court? So I'll use this, your platform, to also urge all those who have information on Ghanaian citizens with dual citizenship who are currently in government to come out and let's test their dual citizenship in court. But for us to come on air and just make mention of those things, that does not change the situation. So it is a good thing for all of us. We need not just talk about it, but to test it before the law.
Something else, let's talk about this quickly before you go. I'll let you go. And that is another needless killing of a police officer on duty. I have watched the video, and if you watch the video, really, it's pathetic for anyone to say, oh, policeman killed, not just walking about or maybe trying to arrest somebody, but a policeman who was supposedly escorting a bullion van. In my day, even in the 70s, I remember a company, a French company called Securico. I was trained at the Accra Technical Training Center. So you see this van, the Securico van. It's a French company, Securico. You see that was a proper van, reinforced, heavy armored, even in the 70s. I'm talking about 1976 to 78 that I attended Accra Technical Training Center. So today, if a policeman is sitting in a van, for this to happen, by now, some officers, immediate superiors, should be arrested, or they should be questioned or being questioned. My brother, what is going on in our country?
It is rather unfortunate that such an incident has gone on for the past 24 hours without hairs being rolled as a result, especially within the police service. In Ghana, just about last year, Parliament passed a law to ensure that banks within the country will carry their monies through these armored bullion vans. And it was as a result of the constant killing and robbing of money of banks from these bullion vans. Now, what happened yesterday? was very barbaric. And like you rightly said, hers must have been ruled within this particular short period. But for now, nothing has happened. If you look at the video, it is very pathetic that a policeman escorting money do not even have the right accoutrement or the things that he needs to put on to protect the policeman. He was without a helmet. He was without, a bulletproof. Virtually, the policeman was helpless. And you saw what the young man actually did to him. In fact, if it is in any other jurisdiction, I'm sure the head of the police service would have resigned as a result of that action. But here, rather, the policemen are now making public statements and extending condolences to the bereaved family. But it is very pathetic. It is very pathetic. And the security situation in the country, my brother, is nothing to write home about. It is nothing to write home about. Our laws are not being enforced. Because if Parliament has passed a law to ensure that banks get the right vehicles to pick money and to send money to their various, banks. And up to now, the banks are not adhering to the laws that have been passed. It tells you the state of the country we are in and the sort of government that is ruling this country. They have no regard to the laws of the country. They themselves are breaking the laws day in and day out. And sometimes it is very helpless that the courts are also not helping. And that is the situation we find ourselves. And that is why the good people of this country are calling for a change in leadership so that the right things will be done for the good people of this country to have the liberty, the peace, and the productivity that we all want to see the country Ghana go through. It's very, very unfortunate. If you look at the footage, it is very pathetic.
It is pathetic. My good friend, my good brother, my good in-law from the gang side. My in-law. Yes, so I love my in-laws. Anyway, listen, I watched it. In my day, I won't tell everybody my background, but you could see that the policeman or not even trained for the job. Because I don't know where the driver was and where the money was actually being kept. It was so quick, the money was taken. I mean, you can't believe it. Because in bullion vans here, the bag or the briefcase that the money is in, they've got this liquid, a special liquid, that if you force that bag to open without using the coded, letters and figures and the rest to open, and you force it to open, that liquid would destroy the money straight away. And criminals know about this. So the idea that they are going to even take the trouble to ride on motorbike in the afternoon to go and chase a police station, kill him, and take money because the money will be destroyed anyway. You see how they have reduced the initiative thinking about doing that is now reduced. So this time, 2023, you see this pathetic. That's the only way we can describe it. That's the only adjective good enough. Other than to use gota language. I mean, listen, it's wrong. And Ghanaians, it's high time. Somebody should put their finger into their faces. Whether it's Dampare, his assistant, whoever, the politicians above them. You guys are not working. Because if you are working straight away, we have something we call, what do we call it? In general, it is safety analysis. Here is a risk assessment. Risk assessment. The risk assessment alone will tell you that the job that the guy is doing, there was no what we call a duty of care provided by his employers, including those, including the banks and his police outfit. I mean, when are we going to, you see, every time, Abrofudia, and you see, they got money, Europe, when are we going to start to be humans too? My brother, when?
My brother, like I rightly told you, just a year ago, a law has been passed to ensure that banks get bullion vans that have been specially made to pick money, the bulletproof ones. And the Bank of Ghana insisted that the banks should acquire these vehicles. In fact, what we heard was that the banks were also complaining of the duties that they have to pay on these vehicles at the port. And so therefore they want government to assist them to be able to bring these vehicles into the country. But look, as a country, we are able to even bring on board, ambulances to assist in times of emergency. The question is, can't even the government bring in these vehicles and run these vehicles at a cost to these banks? Because look, we've had numerous deaths as a result of these bullion robberies. Numerous. In fact, a month does not pass by without such stories being told or such robberies not taking place. So it is a monthly occurrence which the laws must bite. But unfortunately, like I told you, we have a government that security-wise, it has gone to sleep. And
you see, Mr. Chai, look, Mr. Chai, yes, you said something that the banks were complaining or did complain about the cost.
Yeah.
Yes. You see, Mr. Chai, today I was listening to Good Morning Ghana, Metro TV, and your member of parliament, your comrade, Ablakwa, said that it looks as if we as Ghanaians or Africans don't place much value on life. I did, I really understand that, and I did concur or I did support, I did understand what he was saying. But Mr. What is his name? Akumia? Nana Akumia decided to challenge that. No, look at America. Somebody put their knee on somebody's head for a minute and they died. So we Africans, we take care, we care for life more than, that comment was so stupid, so bad. I wish I was there on the panel. But he said that and went free. That pride, that foolish, stiff-necked foolishness, that, we have to also say that we are better. Listen, you see what you've just told me about the banks. Now, you are telling me I have no cause to doubt your words. If they did, here, when I was working, those days I work on construction sites, the Olympic Stadium where West Ham, they now play their home matches. That place was like a forest. We started work on that ground. The money that were spent to take us on health and safety courses, and the money that was spent, they call something zero accident. one of the instructors who was going through this, the safety aspect, and one thing he said, safety is priceless. I will never forget this. He says safety is priceless. So for any politician to sit down, for a banker to say, oh, this is going to cost too much, so it's better for police people, the thieves, the bad people, to snatch some small monies while the police die. What a rubbish, crooked, crude, and primitive way of thinking, my brother. I am seething because, look, I am here in Europe. I know that the way life is valued. Yesterday, I was here with one of your guys here in the UK. We were discussing. He said one day he was at work when a white man barged into the offices and started, he was panting and sweating. He said, what is wrong with you? He saw the cat. I tell a cat climb a certain tree. The cat, they like to land from height. And this cat landed wrongly. So the cat was there, throwing his legs about. And he said, everybody stopped what they were doing in the office, rushed outside. They called special people. The people told them not to touch the cat. They should wait. They were asking questions till the animal doctors arrived. And that is animal. That is animal. The way we tell people in the mines, people in the mines, galamseyers, that they should come out to be arrested or stay inside there to die. I mean, what is wrong with us, Mr. Chai? Take it away.
That's true. That is one area we need to improve upon. The value for human life and safety. Most of the things that we do here, like you rightly said, safety is not actually prioritized and is a major issue. Like we are discussing the shooting of the policeman. The policeman was virtually helpless. He was virtually helpless because one, he had no safety helmet. He had no bulletproof. So the question is, why was he escorting the bullion van? Because the essence of escorting the bullion van was to provide security, right? And if the man providing the security is not secured, then what security is he providing? So like you rightly said, we don't value that aspect of life. And it is one thing that we need to actually work on to ensure that safety becomes one of the main things that we need to imbibe in whatever we do as a nation. So I totally agree with you.
Let's say, I think a gentleman has called. Let me, do you have some 5 minutes? Just some 5 minutes. I know you are on another duty. Can you give us another 5 minutes?
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Chai, I'm asking, can you give us another 5 minutes?
Hello?
Mr. Chai, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes, I'm asking, can you give us 5 minutes?
I'm so grateful.
All right.
I'm so grateful.
Okay. The gentleman on this line, hello.
NFM Radio.
Hello.
Mudaho, NFM Radio. Mr. Yusuf, let's hear you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Greetings to all of you. Yes, it is quite interesting. It is all clear that.
Hello.
Mr. Chai, somebody is talking. Just listen to it a bit, and I'll come back to you.
Yeah, it's all clear that it is all clear that our current government and Nana Akufo-Addo and Vice President Bawumia, is operating an oligarchy form of government, which is also known as plutocracy. In fact, they have violated all democratic norms. And this current government is not operating under democracy, but an oligarchy. Therefore, they are actually not following our laid down democratic principles that would allow fair play. It goes to show that they don't want any fair play with Ghanaians and with the opposition parties. Hence, their attitude of violating every democratic norm. They've gone ahead to weaponize our institutions, the police, the judiciary, you name it. So, in fact, we are in a situation whereby we should understand that we should not be anticipating to get any fair play, even in our coming general election of 2024. They know that they will not win. So they are using all means to manipulate the system. So we have to be aware. The opposition parties, all Ghanaians who are fed up with this current government should know that they have violated every democratic norm and they are not operating under a fair ground. There's no fair play. So you talk and talk and talk, it's like it's falling on a deaf ear because they know that they cannot win, and they have embarked on this way of unfairness to Ghanaians. So we have to advise ourselves what is the best way to approach these people, because they don't want to play on a fair ground. That is what I can see generally. So we have a big job to do as Ghanaians, and all who are in opposition. We should know that they are not going to play fair at all. Yeah.
All right, listen, Mr. Yusuf, thank you very much. Thank you for your input.
Thank you.
Mr. Tetechai, before you go, the MANSA North by elections. The danger is that the MPP, Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, and the rest, they will do everything to take it away. I mean, to take it away from you guys. Are you contemplating a lose or a loss?
Hello.
Mr. Chai, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
No, the line is so bad.
It's bad. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. My question is, the by-election at Asin North, the NPP want to do everything to take it away from you guys. Are you contemplating a loss? Is there that danger? Is there a danger?
Not at all. Like you rightly said, the ruling government, the MPP administration, has tried everything possible to make that seat unsafe for the NDC. And they are doing that for a particular reason. It is the numbers in Parliament.
NFM Radio.
You know, they had a difficulty when it was 137, and then the other independent candidate joining them. So for them, taking out the said gentleman will really relieve them of some of the headaches they have to go through in ensuring that issues that they bring to Parliament will be passed. And so, right from the onset, they've been on the said gentleman. And if you look at even the ruling of the court on that matter, my brother, up to today, people who understands the law are not happy with the judgment on that particular case. But that is where we find ourselves. Once the judiciary has ruled, it is incumbent upon all of us to accept and do what we needed to do to make sure that at the end of the day we achieve what we want to achieve as a political party. We have gone ahead that Jesse Kwesing is still going to run. Because as I talk to you now, on the day that he was sworn in as a member of parliament, he wasn't a citizen of Canada. No, he was a full Ghanaian citizen. But the court has ruled. So for us, we also want to ensure that the good people of Asinov will affirm the mandate of Jesse Kwesing. And that is what we are doing as a political party, so that it will serve as a signal to the courts that they cannot stumble upon the freedoms and rights of citizens just because they have the mandate to take decisions. So we are counting on the good people of Asinov. We've been to the constituency. As I talk to you now, a lot of party members, supporters, full soldiers are all working to ensure that no matter what the MPP does, the sharing of goodies, the day and night development projects that has now started, all those things that they are doing within the constituency, we just want to assure the people of Asinov that look, this alone should tell them that the government had no plans for them, if not these by-elections. And they should stick to their grounds and ensure that they allow the rule of law to stand. And the only way they can allow the rule of law to stand is to ensure that Honorable Jesse Kwesing is re-elected as the member of parliament for Asinov. Look at the court ruling on the issue of perjury against him. We have so many cases in our courts. Some have taken 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and citizens are crying on daily basis for their cases to be heard expeditiously. My brother, everybody has turned a deaf ear. Only for the court to tell the good people of this country that for Honorable Jesse Kwesing's case, they are prepared to ensure that he comes to court on daily basis. My brother, is that what the rule of law means? So clearly, it tells you that the government is up to something, but we believe that the good people of Asinov are solidly behind us. We will not rest as a political party. We are engaging the citizens within that catchment area, morning, afternoon, evening, trying to ensure that they do the things that will ensure good governance in our country. And we believe the Asinov people are not going to disappoint the good people of this country.
Mr. Tete, thank you very much for your time. I know it was impromptu. You've appreciated
I'm so grateful.
So yeah, let's speak again. And whenever you meet or see your brother Ashimo, kindly tell him MUSa is here and I'm ever ready. Always ready to have a word or two with him. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the great job you are doing.
Right. So this is where we are at the moment. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I can see you are still on air. Hello.
Hello, MUSa.
Yes.
This is Double. How are you doing, my brother?
Yeah, go ahead.
I said, said, how are you doing, my brother? You're my brother.
Oh, sorry. No. I didn't hear the question. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
I said, how are you doing, my brother? It's much more important than anything else.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm really, really well. Thank you.
You're doing a good job. Yeah, it's my brother. Yeah, I want to know. Now, it is not true that we don't value life. If anybody says that. But what I can say is that what has happened shouldn't happen. That is, it shouldn't have happened. It's a kind of inertia. It's a kind of we not being proactive between the government and the banks to some extent. So the idea that because you don't value life now, when you say this, you are depressing the family members or the police officer. He shouldn't ought to have lost his life at all. It don't happen because something has happened before, as in last year. So we need to be more proactive. I don't know how that can happen, but I know that a bullion, a vehicle that picks the bank's money, and some people have hide somewhere and shot the police officer. I don't know how it happened. How many police officers were there? Is it not possible that when the police officer was in the car, couldn't we have maybe about 10 of them, 10 police officers, some monitoring from all angles, making sure that the money is taken without any harm? These are the questions we ought to be more proactive. So it is part of inertia. We didn't do well. We didn't try at all. And the fact that one of your colleagues was saying that the Ghana government could have even imported a car and even surcharged the banks. These things should have been there. And whatever it is, we have been a bit like a daisical, and it's not good at all. It's not good. That police officer who lost his life shouldn't have lost his life at all. If you were my brother, I would be angry. If my sister, my uncle, I would be angry. I mean, the government and the banks ought to have done something more proactive than this. And even the police force, the IGP should have done more than this. The banks should have done more than this. So the idea that we don't value life, no, that doesn't come in. That is a bit something. So when I heard you saying that Nana Kumia was using an American example, there's one thing, MUSa, I always want to impress upon all of us. Anybody listen to
NFM Radio.
Independent country, Ghana, a republic. You do not think that the idea that we always try to run down ourselves, the idea that we don't seem to have confidence in ourselves, that is not good. We are going to build Ghana for our children. When we begin to have confidence in ourselves, when you make mistakes, you must admit. I'm saying that we ought to be much more proactive, and not just to make a flimsy excuse that we don't value life. No. There was some kind of inertia there. Now, second point on the election in the as enough.
Since you have finished with this first point, let's discuss it. So you are saying that per your own assessment, your history, your references, there is enough sort of how do I say it? There is enough to prove that the value for human life can be compared to maybe other jurisdictions. Is that what you are saying?
What I'm saying that human life, whichever country, whether in Britain, America, whatever it is, it's priceless. Human life is always priceless. It comes before anything at all. So when we are talking about human life, and we are trying to say that I heard you saying that when are we going to be humans? I heard you using those words. But it's about we are still human beings. But if you say when are we going to be humans, then you're going to ask yourself, how is America going to be human? How is America going to be human? Well, all the things that goes on in America there. When this guy was pushed down there and police officers kneeled down on his neck, others were watching, allow him to die. We didn't have Donald Trump even expressing a word of sorrow, even to the family members. Donald Trump, a certain president.
Anyway, you see, in this respect, if that is what if that is your yardstick, your criteria for judging if the society is enlightened or not, well, it's up to you to take that position. But let me tell you something. Let me ask you this. Have you watched Al Jazeera and other news, especially in Europe, especially in France? How many times did you hear that the police shot and killed a protester?
A protester. It happens.
How many times did you hear the police shot and killed a protester?
The number of times I can't put a finger on it.
Listen. You are talking on air, it's going everywhere. There is not a number of times. As for the throwing of petrol bombs and the beatings by batons and the rest, everywhere it happens. In our country, anytime a police have to put down something, it's firing to kill blacks. You don't see them. You will see that here in Europe. And when it happens, the people take it very seriously. The state takes it very seriously. Listen, it's better we tell our people that the way we are living. No, hang on. I know, listen, I know this more than you do. I'm not going to cover up. If we were doing better, I will say it. That we are doing better, irrespective of whichever group or whichever color is running the country. And it's not only about Ghana. In Senegal, a little bit of confusion there. Go and see demonstration. Go and see the killings. It happens everywhere in Black Africa. Our attitude to life. Listen, if you are satisfied, fine. I am not.
Okay. Then the next point, let's talk about enough. I heard one of your colleagues saying that the government is doing everything.
NFM Radio.
But when his government and Ronaldo have broken all the democratic principles, they are they are doing unfair things, using some sweeping statements. And all those words he used, he never narrowed down to explain why he was using those words. Just use those sweeping statements and just went away. Now, Master Musa, let me ask you this. Is it not a matter of course, an obvious fact that if you have there's an by-election, any of the contesting parties will put in any resources at their disposal to win the election. It's an obvious fact. This could happen in America. It could happen here. Now, Boris Johnson's area. That's Russia. Boris Johnson's area. You know what the Labour is? Labour is saying that mortgage prices, interest rate of mortgage has gone up. They put some advert there, trying to. Boris Johnson won about more than 7,000 majority votes. Now they want to get that seat. Labour wants to get it, and when they seize it, it will sound a death knell to the Conservatives. Now, but
listen, what you have just said, here in Europe, here in UK, what the Conservatives have not done is to weaponize state institutions against Labour. They haven't done that. They will not even be allowed to do that. Unlike that, our primitive settings, where all the public institutions are being weaponized against your opposition. It's a fact.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, it's weaponized. Look at the courts. Look at judiciary. Look at the police. Have you seen the police? The video clips going about. One by-election. Have you seen the commando, ranger, paratroopers? I mean, people dressed to kill. That is being sent to us in.
No.
For what? They are there to kill. They are there to kill opposition. They are there to intimidate. It's a fact. Listen, you can lie to yourself. You can decide to put your head in the sand and for your annals to be showing the whole world. No. That is what it is. Look, we need proper governance. Whether from NDC or from LPP. But we need proper governance. This governance, Akufo-Addo, is dangerous for Ghana. It's not right. It's not. Look, I'm not saying it is dangerous for NDCU. It's dangerous for Ghana. Akufo-Addo has messed up big time. But you people are happy because it's your time you are in government.
Let me ask you this.
I'm listening.
If you say that we need proper governance, we need transparency, perfect, 100%. We all need it. But you see, if you want to narrow down, if you want to make a conclusion on the fact that all the police officers, the military, everybody is there because They are there to kill, to intimidate. That I will not take it. That I will not take it.
Oh, well, you can't. I'm not forcing you to take it. Listen. Do you remember? Okay, let me give you an example. Do you remember Ayawaso when they went to the MUSa committee? That the police complaining that they didn't know some of the people who came. The police were not aware. They don't know who commanded them and where they were from. Did you hear that, or you didn't?
I did hear that. Yeah.
Thank you.
I did hear that. Yeah. But okay. But you see, the stakes are high, and in enough, the stakes are high. So every party wants to get it, and that is why the government has put some people there to protect, so that things will be smooth. No police officer will shoot anybody. If you go there and vote and you stand somewhere, you don't do anything. You are not going to take any ballot box. Ghanaians are not. We are not. Excuse me. Ghanaians, we are loving peaceful people. If you go there, MUSa, if you go to Ghana, where they are going to have the election, you go there, you vote and go your way. You don't push anybody. You go and vote and vote. No police officer in Ghana will touch anybody. Nobody. But you see, we have you all have your own preconceived ideas. They are not there. The police officers are not there to intimidate anybody, to bully anybody.
NFM Radio.
To do their job. So that is why they are going there, because the stakes are high. Now, one of your people said, "Oh, if you look at the verdict, oh my goodness, MUSa, don't you have precedent over the MPP member of parliament, MUSa Sankari or some from Northern region, about 8 years ago, when he came down to Ghana and they not declare his nationality, what happened to him? Eventually, he was jailed. He was jailed. He was sacked from parliament and he was jailed.
Who are you talking about?
I'm saying that MUSa Sankara, the MPP, former MP.
You see, look, Sir Gabu, honestly speaking, you see, Sir Gabu, just having the airtime doesn't mean you can spew anything. Have you actually read what happened in that man's case?
Which man's case?
Even at the time he was even being taken, this Sakande or whatever. Even at the time of that his investigation or they are being trying to investigate, he was still not a fully Ghanaian citizen. Even at the time he was jailed. So what are you guys talking about? Is it always to govern on lies? Govern on lies. Lies. What is wrong with you people? Governing on lies. Oh my way was the same. Pa ukase chire adia entia ba wumiamba ye president. Di entia. Chire be adia entia ba ese ba wumia ene be ye president. Just because we are MPP ni.
I have not mentioned that we are not. Why are you jumping?
No, because you people, you are full of lies.
Which people?
You MPP people. Munyina mo kasa pepepepe. Entron kwa. She say 2016, maybe tikromo mo kasa ya mame MUSa mijidi ye. Mijidi say Mahama was doing so much corrupt things. Mijidi say Mahama e was down in Dubai. Mijidi ye enene ma semuni ni manyina mijidi ye. Only for somebody like Kennedy Japan way, also the president, somebody like him to come and say he was just joking. What a nonsense. Jesus Christ.
Listen, when I'm having an argument with you and you run away from the actual fact and bring other issues, you will never succeed in impressing me. That's an argument. We are talking about an issue. Instead of you sitting there, you are just running somewhere. You don't impress me. No, that's an argument. You are running away from the argument. Let me ask you a question. This crazy man you're talking about, he lives in Canada. He came down to Ghana. He knows our constitution says that if you want to come here and be an MP, you must relinquish your British passport or Canadian passport. Did he do that? No. Why will it happen to a Ghanaian who have lived in Canada and know the rules over there? The things that we live in Canada we cannot do. When you go to Ghana, you want to do it. Why?
So are you trying to say that? Are you trying to say that when he was interviewed by the EC at that time, are you saying he lied to the EC?
Of course, yes.
He lied.
Yeah. Yes.
So when he presented his paper that he has now got the renunciation, he lied. You are saying this.
The court is saying that too. The judges are saying that he lied.
The judges, listen, the Ghana judges, listen, Ghana judges, I'm telling you today, they are all being corrupted. All of them.
Listen to you. MUSa, listen to you. You live in London, somebody's country.
Can I ask him a question?
The former Chief Justice, didn't somebody say that he has taken bribe of 5 million? Were you interested? Were you interested in that case for it to be cleared that it is not true? Did you hear that Chief Justice, that the former Supreme Court, what do we call it? I've forgotten his name. I've even forgotten his name. That he was actually accused of taking $5 million bribe. Did you hear that?
MUSa, let me say this. Don't live in London. Don't live in this country, in a civilized community.
I can say this in London because in London, you can criticize the judges. I'm using UK law.
Let me make my point. All I'm saying is that don't sit here in London as a host of a program and say that all Ghanaian judges are corrupt. This is bad in taste, bad in smell. Your own country, Washington, saying this.
And you think outsiders don't know this? That we are corrupt?
It doesn't matter whether outsiders know this. It doesn't matter. You are watching the program. You are supposed to be positively neutral. You are making subtle.
I supposed to what? To help people to tell lies.
No. What you said, the all Ghanaian judges are corrupt. You're sitting in London to make this statement. You are telling me that somebody even accused the former Chief Justice of taking bribe. And because somebody accused him, it is right, we should take it. You live in London and you are saying this, the host of the program? Somebody accused your former Chief Justice, your own country, your beloved country. Somebody accused him. And because somebody accused him, we should take it. It is true.
I am asking you, are you interested? Were you interested that case should have been investigated? Why is it gone quiet? The guy is now gone on holidays. He is now on pension, retired. Why was that case not investigated?
If you have this question,
Mr. Kufuor has messed up the country big time. It's not about MPP and DCBMO. Kufuor has messed up the country. He and his brothers.
I don't believe so. I don't. I will not be making blanket statements. I won't. That does not interest anybody. We share something.
Okay, now let's come back to the police issue. Who will say the way you are talking? This thing didn't happen only yesterday. It's been going on. So the politics of it. The question is, what improvement in this respect? This thing has been going on and always the same. Into the politics of it, let's take the operational matters aside. The politics of it, the people who have sworn that they are going to take care of Ghanaians, to safeguard the personal safety of Ghanaians. If this is happening and on, what has your government done?
You see, are you aware that there's a kind of inertia and ineptitude on the part of the government and the part of the banks? Two of them, because this is.
So you want to tell me your government, in this respect, has failed?
MUSa, why do you jump to certain conclusion? Why?
You said inertia. What is inertia?
One swallow doesn't make a stomach.
Yes, one. Yes, of course. One fatal death. One fatal death cannot be used to conclude that the system has failed. But when it is going on and on, you can't just sit there and say inertia. What is inertia? Tell me. Give me the mechanical definition of inertia. Tell me so that we can deduce what you mean. I don't understand. You tell me. What is inertia? Yes.
You are the first speaker on the program. If I use that, this is a part of inertia and ineptitude on the part of the government and the bank, which is the private sector.
Yes.
The government and the private sector, you have done something more than this. You have been much more proactive. It's not good at all. It doesn't sound well at all.
Okay. You use the word proactive. You see, you use the word proactive. That is very good. So, not being proactive after the first, second, third, and the fourth, it means they are failed. Osri, you are laughing. It's funny. It's funny. Somebody's our Fwasi, maybe she has a wife or husband, maybe even a child. You are laughing.
I told you 10 minutes ago that if I remember or the police officer, I'd be so sad. I told you if the police officer were to be my uncle or my cousin, I'd be very angry for this to happen. I've said it.
Simple operational matters. Simple risk assessment will tell you that everything has fallen apart. And these operational matters have not been taken up very seriously. But look at the guns and ammunition carried to Asin by-elections. And a simple operational work matter in the city cannot be tackled. You guys, and it is because of some of you, because you are not prepared. You see, when I started the other time, I even told you that when you people were saying so much things about NDC 2016 before 2016, I personally, I didn't challenge, or I didn't, what do we call it? Say I didn't think that it was wrong for people to accuse or to label the then government as maybe ineffective or anything. I accepted it, and I said some. You see, but some of you, my dream say, just say, my dream say, no kranu da ho monkada. Ebe no man akoso. One kaso maya mu bunu peche we ofe.
Who's not speaking the truth?
Or see, inertia ni ebedi. Jesus Christ. Inertia. Thank you, Ni, for sending me. Or say they were retired just a friend of Enimi Eboa. Enimi Eboa was accused of taking $5 million bribe. They haven't investigated, has not been disputed. That has not been. Offers will be disaster. We part to be hey, a croma, and I saw £1 million to be a quality judge. Be now, ye did no be anti whether it's true or not. Jesus Christ.
You're making a point. You're making a point.
Thank you.
You're making a point.
So the government has failed. The government has failed. Look, the government has failed on so many counts. On so many counts.
Don't make pronounce as.
Look at educated person like Joe Wise. Joe Wise, they ask you, the first time after the election, the president didn't mention those who were killed during the election. Joe Wise will come and say that those people are criminals. A 14-year girl who was shot from the back. All children, when we were young, inquisitiveness or to know or whatever, we want to go and see things. Whether we understand or not, we go there. So that was her crime. For an MP saying he's educated to say they were criminals, so you don't have to talk about them. Wait, Edibu, Jesus, I don't know what to say anymore.
But your wife's opinion, those are the opinion of the government.
Listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. He's a member of parliament, so if that is what he felt, what he thought, and what he's thinking, even when it was proven that their party, some of them, the top hierarchy was involved in Galamsey, he was advocating the small boys, the laborers, should be shot on sight.
Who said who should be shot on sight? Who said that?
What yeah?
Who said who should be shot on sight? Don't think to be
Did you hear when the Galamsey was going on that he said people should be shot?
Who said who should
be shot? Obiankasa. Okay, then I wouldn't even talk. I don't even go mind you. So Obiankasa is a while. It's a while. So Obiankasa. Oh, sorry. Where microphone if you share. Sorry about that.
The military men to go and enforce make sure that nobody goes into Galamsey. That's what I know. But you say that we should shoot anybody. Who say that?
You see the deputy speaker, your friend is saying.
Your wife?
Okay. I rest my case. Jina Homame, 7109. Hello.
Hello, MUSa. What's a minute?
Why nie? Oh, my munde so kakra na and then my system na e bibia ho ntimi ntini ye. George nie. Okay, kasa.
Ba mentia me na wase na mentia obi bia o ti o ene omo ma calling na mentia NDC penifo nyina especially East London for your chairman obia I'm me tie o programming and but you see, I'm very sad. And politics in Ghana now, I'm a communication. I have tricky one here. Now what one crack one can and send me. Joke as I always training who to talk. Because I'm saying it again on this program. Ghana is now producing educated people who are fools and criminals. 99%. I will not say all. I'll say 99%. And you see, NPP government where I'm here, there's honesty and people who lack credibility and integrity. I'll give you a typical example. I new Supreme Court judge. We ask you a very simple question. You see, you can do politics, but when it comes to judicial system, not what do learn it and also education too. And decide to play politics. You think say these people are maybe omo money omo na US and I say UK and I say other countries. So when they are seeking other things, so the documents are. Hello.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yes, because of cheap politics, it's the same thing we when we are communicating on radio stations. That is what we do. You see educated people who you think say, and we cannot be straightforward with the system, whether it's NDC or NPP. And I look at it and you see, airtime, MUSa. I ask a friend, because if now we don't speak truth to power, then the whole system is going to be choked, and it will reach a stage. You might think they are do Ghana. Best set you. Nobody can show. Nearly walk to prison. So,
hang on, wait, let George. Let's say no kasa more than 50 minutes. My George Anusi, Memo kasa. You can't be both on air at the same time, please. You let George speak. I will let you come in and respond.
Okay, let me finish. Okay.
George, go ahead.
Now look at what is going on. You were mentioning things about our security and we cannot be straight, right, Mansa Musa? Be a police officer. But imagine some call filling station and KB will be free abroad. Ako Ghana and then call
yeah, body to free.
You could lose
because yes, who quite say what car pepper bean teja, who could top petrol. You be cool free.
Yeah, me say I don't joke with in politics. Hey, one, our health system in Ghana. Yeah, Udu Ghana na Udi agro. Ebi awodi you might think so prevention. Things can happen because eating into na why have it? And that's malaria be near though. The first person in Ghana hospital and Sakura Benya Konya said the and this is why I think Nana Akufo-Addo and the MPP government now they are failures in terms of our health system. Sisia Nana do boast of one single hospital or more than one kasa as old man. Where see say bibi tunu sisia na critical or no bit make us we see
another SOC ne hospital wa brochire Harley Street. What him Harley Street? Huh. Oh no, the hospital wa brochire we see hospital. No the audio yo.
Answer Musa. And sana you bet transfer no from Akwa Harley Street. Who phone be taking care of you? You think? You have to think.
Madam Fubina Oyana, you really cry few dear say, hey, I took Amina. Who named the course? Yeah, George. May say, ni bia ni emergency bia abrochiri. I didn't tell bia no abrochiri. No abesha kakra no court no abesha kakra. Listen, the point is there be patcho me dia kan menu ya adwini o. Senka Obipa na dream that form pass. I am protecting the national purse near the idea. Enka obaye na ni nua kura no ko say hey enka no na wo bank ene kwa ye sa no me bet ma ba no entwa ye enti no say ye no free ho na ye kwa ye nim obi o say I'm protecting the national, but just say the idea is to make money for himself and his family. That's all.
And then I'm going to say people are so foolish. You see, because look, I know evil is there. I know greedy people is there. Where are you taking the money? Where are you taking the money? People are not thinking. We are not thinking. Just that we have the slavery mentality. Yeni anyway mu mrofu we mu di agro. Yeah, the class of money. And until this is how we're going to. And if you take Ghana money offshore, I didn't know why. What have you done? And now, person Ghana for me kotonio obusia for. What have you done?
Mr. Your friend saying, say Gabo so a person responding. Say Gabo.
Okay.
Oh, hello. Maybe I mean George Kanya, not many in the answer by and what can say. Ghana. You are well educated, baby. Also, you see, say criminals are now saying kind of crap, blah blah blah. Okay, can't say me. No, what can you know? No, for the new chief justice. Onokrano, you be saying straight for a question and a blah 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 and a da da da. You are talking about the country's chief justice. Mansa, you'll be fitting an okay chief justice. I practiced many years. He has her own reputation. Will be my man, will be sister, will be cousin, and will be schoolmate, will be a for. If you call a radio station and you are Ghanaian, you want to sound highly patriotic. George, what's your term? What can be your about Ghana? Good. You could have used your time to do something else. You want a program, you want to make contribution. Perfect. I support you 100%. Kudos for you. But you are talking about your chief justice, and you are making these statements around here. Begin us with one word. And a crowd of chief justice now, and you know, one kind of one kind of one can have someone sweeping statements. No. That's shipping statements. They don't be a good word. Narrow down. I didn't know okay. I didn't know. What's the very Busano? We are not saying no open TV. Nobody watch your radio when you're some papa. And also call ya. They say, look at this and back off in the radio as well. When you say George Bukraba, so Chief Justice of Grano, or one kind of crazy. And the close way is not one country. One country. And no answer. Stupid statements. Tell me one year. I don't take it from anyone. I no one ever succeed in impressing me. It could be my son, it could be my wife, it could be my schoolmate. I'll not be impressed. What did she say? What did he do? And here, young fellas, or can say, or call interview, you could use a question, baby, or you are not saying, go straight and stop. General statements. General. It doesn't impress me, Sagabo. You never impress me.
Okay.
He's specific. You're saying Chief Justice.
Okay, also obey you, Ano.
Obesis, I was seeing the end of Chief Justice.
Also obey you, Ano.
The headmasters, schoolmasters, how many general power? The schoolmates were Chief Justice. And so you go to radio station.
Also obey you, Ano.
Who is anything? Therefore, you should stop this.
Also obey you, Ano.
Because stop this.
Your friend is Gabo.
Segabo.
Yes, go ahead, please.
They're all kind of materials. The American, I made a statement.
Have you heard that? I'm not so making statements, sir.
I said
the question was here what was the question? What was the answer? Tell me, please.
Me say, when I started, I made a statement. The statement was said, Ghana now we are producing educated fools, 99%. Me said 99% educated fools and criminals.
Okay. Educated fools and criminals. 99%.
I brought in the Chief Justice. And I told you, said we are not, me mention no maybe me say, we are not honest. We are having people with no integrity, and people, just made cheap politics. And yes, I mean, 51 and I can't normally say, because, and I also made a statement to say, the things the background a beer, ne ma, ne nananum, and I said in Kofobi Wabuchi, the same principles are a beer Wabucha experience, because of cheap politics in tea. Obetana Ghana as a son. But I'll give you a typical example. Me a case be or Belgium. Ghana birth certificate was not recognized. Ghana birth certificate was not recognized.
Excuse me, George. Did you do a case as a client or as a lawyer? In what status?
Chief Justice. Because of Chief Justice.
Who your case? Who your case? Who your case? Who your case as a lawyer or as a plaintiff, as a defense? Who are you? Who in what status? In what capacity? Who your case? Are you a lawyer speaking to us now? Let's know you.
So who is profession?
Focus on your case here. Focus on your case here. Who your case?
No,
as a defense, as a plaintiff or as a lawyer?
I'm not talking about. I'm giving you a case. Okay. So whom a profession is different. But I've told you about case.
Who your case? Who your case?
Answer me a case.
Who your case as a lawyer or as a defense person, as a plaintiff? Who are you?
Profession.
Talking to us.
Me a case as a defender.
It will be defendable.
Please.
You don't have a case and somebody defending you. Were you the lawyer? Tell us. Tell us. In what capacity?
I was a defendant.
Yes.
Okay, so we are okay with it.
NFM Radio.
You make ambiguous statement. Be a case.
Ambiguous.
Case. What does it mean? If I not narrow down and go over to her and a lawyer.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Miss Law, I need the counsel. And your lawyers in quantity me a case. And your lawyers in quantity me a case. And your lawyers
don't make that ambiguous. Don't make that ambiguous statement. If you say we a case here, it's highly ambiguous. When your case, as a defense, as plaintiff, as a lawyer, highly ambiguous. It's ambiguous.
Open Abuchi, and your lawyers inquired to me a case. The system is such that you can defend yourself if you want to. If you want to, you can defend yourself. Until you men divert the issue. The issue is what Musam question.
Don't patronize anyone. Don't patronize anybody. Go ahead. Don't patronize anybody. I'm happy that you spend your time this Friday evening talking about your country, Ghana. Good for you. Go ahead. Chief Justice Nam den bear na kasi say anything and say anything. Then you also say anything. Then you also say Chief Justice for the past 9 minutes. He's the Chief Justice of Ghana. My country, your country, MUSa's country. I should not allow anybody. Sorry, I am this new way. I will not allow anybody to spoil people's reputation. What about the Chief Justice? Why then? And then why you also Ghanaians in Ghana, you're training 99% of educators are fools. Look at the statement you're making. 99% of educated people in Ghana are fools. Look at the statement. Listen to yourself.
And I will say it again. And Ghana say
it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter. It's about the substance. It's about the quality. It's about what you're saying. You are destroying your own country. Demolishing Ghana. 99% of educated people are fools and criminals. MUSa, you are the host. You are the host of a program. Somebody is making this stupid statement. Demolishing all Ghanaians, and you're happy to listen to that. 99% of Ghanaians educated are fools and criminals. My goodness.
So you can put yourself. You can put yourself in that 1%. I'm telling you, you can put yourself. So you can put the Chief Justice in 1%. But I'm making the statement again because look, every country in the reason and normal miensa and the reason in terms of identity no more reason too. Your first one, your country of origin. And normal miensa. One, your country of origin. The country of origin is based on your constitution. How your constitution, the Ghana constitution has made it clear, say, wow, Ghana, no papa, Ghana. Automatically, we are Ghana. And to say, you will have parents near Ghana. Ghanaians, they can never be stateless. Say, Omuti Bonina Krania Jomo British passport. They are automatic Ghanaians. I know you one. The other say birth certificate or birth certificate. A child will say, we are Ghanaian or not. In Tina, other a civilized country. For you to get their birth certificate, they have put processes.
Point of order, please. Point of order. George, I appreciate George's effort. I appreciate the fact that George live here in this country, and he can use this precious time being with his wife or his children, but he's making contribution to the cause of Ghana. Perfect, George. I salute you. My problem with you is that you come on this station accusing Ghanaians about 99% of Ghanaians educated are fools. Very bad in taste, bad in smell.
I'll tell you an example.
Second point. You say something about Ghana's Chief Justice. Sorry, I didn't mean Nyanya. Can I close on country? I thought what that immigration officer. Immigration officer tell me I don't need it. I don't need this one. I don't need the Chief Justice. Come me. Ghana Chief Justice Obama is not ban with Chief Justice. When he went with the and you walk in the catcher me. Come here. Can I get a point here? Come here. I am immigration officer. Talking about birth certificate.
Identity.
I don't need that.
This lady came.
I don't need that.
This lady was asked very simple question. Say Ghana birth certificate, please. me ma you know na me explain it.
No need. I don't need. Go straight to your point. I don't need that.
Okay.
Don't patronize.
So I'm giving you
don't
why.
Patronize
why?
Anybody. Don't patronize anybody here.
Why?
Go ahead.
Please. Why? So I'm telling you what your question me. I'm answer. She was asked a very simple question. Why? Say Ghana ni ne maame ne papa. Ghana birth certificate so. Or ye Ghana ni ana onye Ghana. That was the question. The answer from this lady is saying that the birth certificate itself is not the document prove say nipa kroni Ghana. Look at it. Look. What makes a person a Ghanaian? And I make catch it on. One, your birth certificate. Because your birth certificate, I know now they your passport. So if a whole chief justice, and nothing I may refer to case, I'm saying yeah, I'm saying lawyer, and I'm saying lawyer. So that case, they refer to Ghana birth certificate. And because I can't go into the case itself, and to say also chief justice, we are saying who chief justice who could be a whole Supreme Court we are seeing in front of the parliament where diplomats are also watching and tell us say within no papa birth certificate so it doesn't prove so you're Ghanaian here. Now will damage the bear now why am I? If you want the world
listen. George, listen. Was a question about a Ghanaian or Mamma Power birth certificate, Ghanaians. Now, Sakura, you talk about a child in Ghana or a child here in Britain. A child where? Where's the child coming? Where's the child born? Where's the child born? Was it?
MP no Ebusa say Ghana near Yawon or Ghana. We are not talking about abroad. We are talking about Ghana birth certificate, not abroad. The question that you so if you listen to Mamena, I interview now. The question was Ghana dina Yawon or Ghana, ne Mamene ne Papa din ye Ghana for ye Accra no ye Ghana, and it's our birth certificate. Is it recognized as a Ghanaian or not?
Which birth certificate is it? Are you talking about the birth certificate of the child or the birth certificate of the children or of the parents? Which one of them?
Okay, Moncomono, Ed, but my member Kakra. The Chief Justice, Omo Casano, Omo di Noma Bia Omuhuma, Abrabono Diamo Bia. And he said, so many papa, Ghana for, near war Ghana. And in simple terms, Nobeka said, look, if your mom and dad are Ghanaians, proven Ghanaians, and you are born in Ghana, you are a Ghanaian. If your mom and dad are British, white or black, British, and you are born in Ghana, then you can say it's up to the parents to actually declare while, as the child, whether he or she is going to be a Ghanaian or maybe a citizen of their country of origin. But to avoid all this, I don't know countries be say if you are born there, you are a citizen of that country. Now, enam yes you trado duontino afi ya chichem na aye gonwuran ya chichem enka nyesa enka we are British, we are white kura na enka ye wo Ghana enka straight away e kasa kwala ne de o Ghana ni onyine na so kasa o me mpe Ghana me come British me come me nananom wa me papa ne ma me krumu fine. But I'm say yeah there no birth certificate na ye politics ye sa politics genjain intino amase see asensan ye kom. And I mean ka say George they all kind about Bulgaria baby I say okoye ye nim ho ye nim ade kre bae and also to me into details. And I'm not going to push him. But I know say the deputy foreign minister Aprachum Oba London ha sometime meeting or high commission premises no. Ono kasa can say since that proclamation, you know, even here, Home Office, they have started doubting the what do we call it, the relevance, and I say the quality or our birth certificate. Even here, me can so me the early 2000s. The first question from Home Office, the first document was their birth certificate. They say they are also doubtful of that. So, yeah, the better try one, but in conformity to say mining in such a way, say it is not bringing any benefit. It bringing more doubts, more confusion, more your friends saying inconveniences, and more of anything that is negative. That's what I can say.
Okay. George.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. When the Chief Justice was, somebody asked the Chief Justice, the Akwara Mamino Papa, if you Ghana, Omu Ghanaians won't feel. That's one more Akwara or Ghana. Sakrania will Ghana, or a Ghanaians on your Ghana. Yes, I know, Busa. Is that the question?
Yes.
And I Chief Justice can't say, Pacho.
And a Chief Justice, I say, it's a straight Chief Justice, and I say, the birth certificate cannot declare say Akrana or no the birth certificate they children. Ne maame ni din ye Ghanaian, ne maame ne papa ni Ghanaian. Nyina no enkyerɛ sɛ Akra no ɛyɛ Ghanani. This was her answer, Openyi. Adeɛ bi wɔ hɔ a mɔmɔ yɛn ka because
George, come here. Akra birth certificate here be kyerɛ no. Birth certificate here, a fine birth certificate. Is it Ghanaian birth certificate? Which birth certificate?
I have to come in again as a referee. I have to come in again. Look, I listened and watched that interview or that you kind of saying, oh, kind of interview,
transcript.
Kind of saying.
Is it transcript?
No. When they are to do some to assess the woman, no, to assess her, no, what is the proper word? Interview. Oh, I've forgotten even listen. But I listened to everything. Look, I don't know. Your friend is Mr. Gabo. If you are in doubt, then I will urge you, because this is recorded. You can get it YouTube anytime.
Oh,
it's recorded. And the answer she gave, it hasn't made it easier for us all to understand what is what. That is the problem. The answer the woman gave, she said, to her. And in the way, she was saying that, that child birth certificate is like a conduit to, for assessing. Exactly.
Yeah.
That is the problem. When you mean a problem, the way they have Omakasano and Brano Machishano, Ama Adiano question, too much. That is the problem.
Yeah, it seems to be very clear.
George, you know, mommy. George, 1 second. You know, mommy, na me fa kwesi mbrazo. Usu jina mommy. Hello, kwesi.
Yeah, MUSa.
Good evening. Yeah.
Good evening, Paul. Yeah, you see, gentleman, in fact, Gabo, you see, I don't understand even why that gentleman Gabo is trying to defend NPP. MUSa, this issue of the birth, you see, the judicial services, they've allowed themselves to be used by NPP as a political party. That is the simple and straight shot of all these problems we are having as Ghanaians. MUSa, who is NPP? NPP is just a political entity. And we've sat back and we have allowed NPP as a political entity to take the whole state into ransom. And we are all happy. We come onto the radio and we are defending this colossal and monumental failure of new patriotic party and their leadership. Nana Akufo-Addo, nobody forced him to become a president. He decided to come and help Ghanaians. The state called Ghana belongs to Ghanaians. You see, birth certificate, but it's an original document for any child. So if you have a parent and the two parents are Ghanaians and they bring a child to the world and they get the birth certificate and say, this is my child and I'm a Ghanaian, what is the contention in all these situations? If not because New Patriotic Party, this Omambofo political party, dragged this issue to a court. Like we will come to where we are. So we shouldn't even blame the Chief Justice because he is confused. And he's afraid to say
that is where I totally agree with you. You see, they have all been put in a fix. Mr. Kwesi, if not because of their judgment, and the best way is what everybody else is doing in this world. That the moment you are born there, and official, the document, the document has the backing of the crown of Ghana, of the crown, of the coat of arms, of parliament. That document. So if that document says, MUSa nye ni mami ni papa ye Ghana for, also ye Ghana ni, MUSa is straight away Ghanaian. If even MUSa's parents are from Nigeria and is born, places that even if my parents were from Nigeria, since I was born in Ghana, that document shows I'm a Ghanaian. Until I grow, or the parents will go and argue in court that no, we want our child to be in Nigeria. Then it's a different thing. But messing up, say no, be confused.
You see, Musa, that is why sometimes, you see, I'm trying to and follow what George was trying to say, that Ghanaians, we are becoming, he used a term for that. You see, the reason why this is happening.
Educated fools.
No, you see, the reason why George went to that section is that, Mukabo, listen carefully. You see,
there's a 99% be a Mikamu, Anna. No, 99% me can be. Me to me, you be home free.
Musa, let me say that. Gabo, listen carefully, Gabo. Let me say, the president as it sits now, what original document did he use to acquire his first passport? Have you checked? Why is it that New Patriotic Party, anytime they come to governance, they disturb the whole country? Why? They did this to Nkrumah.
Let me also ask this question.
Okay, Kwesi, also MUSa, baby. So it's a dialogue, Kwesi. Gabo.
Who asked the Chief Justice the question? Who asked the Chief of the question? Who asked the question? Who asked the Chief Justice the question about certificate? Who?
It's Kwame Abuja. Kwame Abuja.
Who is he?
Listen, guys, Segabo. If you didn't Segabo, 1 second, me na me kasa, me control, me na me kasa. Segabo, if you didn't listen to that and you are coming to argue, then it's better you don't come. So when now you don't know even it's okay if you didn't know this man already. But on this topic, if you don't know who Kwame Abuja is, then what are you doing here?
Okay. Kwame Abuja, is he an MP?
Jesus Christ.
Is he an MP? Okay. The question. MUSa. Why do you think an MP will ask that question? Sir, to be a citizen of Ghana, no, the whole thing was passed by an act of parliament. He's an MP. That was to parliament too. What is that then a problem? Parliamentarians may NDC one MP before. They sent that document.
No, it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. It was the Supreme Court decision to change the narrative, the reasoning behind your friend's birth certificate. And because the Supreme Court did that, Parliament couldn't say no. That is the difference. Parliament didn't decide that, Tio. Say confusion and what your birth certificate, it's not the fault of Parliament. Supreme Court they decided here, and it was just, it was right. Say baby say, hey, what can you share some rawi? And the same church says we could sakrata with this document. A free Ghana, Ghana binanism. Say, MUSa ye Ghana niya. And no chese me ye Ghana niya na. And no so confusion. There is no straightforward answer. Asembe no.
Now, and then they go to Supreme Court. If we hear the Supreme Court.
Jesus Christ. No, Segabo. So you don't know the genesis of this. Listen, 1 second. Segabo, are you trying to Sebia Udi Adwin Diagrosen Kola and as a pastor would name the genesis of this certificate? Would name one?
Mistake. If you go for free and one day, almost this to be a citizen.
There be someone in baby as I'm come away free bar.
I'll send no pajama.
That maybe sound say wouldn't baby as I'm come away free bar and I wouldn't him.
Supreme Court is there to interpret a new act of parliament, there's confusion. It will be pressing law no. From parliament, there will be here. Because Supreme Court, then they will interpret it and make a final decision. If we find the Supreme Court.
As far as I know, it was the EC.
EC. I believe that. I don't feel not a commission.
Okay.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Oh, sorry about that. No, sorry, now Obi Busami. Sorry. Okay. Why not Casa? Why near George? George. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Certificate. You can have your constitution incorporating other things. The MUSa Casabia, Yawa, automatically waiting me. And that's what
NFM Radio.
Ambiguous. And easy, sir. Very ambiguous. Yes.
If you decide to use our judicial system to do politics, and I said to damage the image of our identity, because look, we are seeing people are eating, people are really enjoying UK. Look at how we built the system. To say, my identity. Look at US, my identity. Look at the processes we are going through. So, this is I'm telling you, the damage it has done on UK, and that's how all the foreign countries or not identity. The first thing they ask you is your birth certificate. It is a damage your birth certificate. No one can to say, so parents need to go in Ghanaian, and you know, the papa, maybe a Ghanaian, and I say, maybe what issue with that, maybe a parent about the Ghanaian, and about the police, and I say, then we can have the debate. Then we all assess straightforward question, or see, two of them are watching it now, go YouTube,
Vetting, that was the word I was looking for. So Justice Tokonu vetting. Listen, Jina Homame, Abe. Your friend George, you know how mommy. Abe. Hello, Abe. Hello, Abe.
Master MUSa, it's me you calling or Abe?
Let me see. Who is here? Oh, sorry, Akresi.
Okay. Yeah.
Akresi, go ahead.
Yeah, Media, okay. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. My brother, please. Judges do not write or make laws. Judges do interpret laws. Okay, and you hear, Mamina, Chief Justice now. He make it clear to the parliamentarians. Is in other jurisdiction, birth set is used as identification. So the woman was referring to Ghana Constitution. You see, sometimes we over politicize everything. Judges do not write. Judges' responsibility is interpret laws of the nation. It's the Constitution. So the argument we are making, I don't get it. The woman before Kwame Egbeja's question, before he answered to Kwame Egbeja's question, he told them, he's in other jurisdiction. Birth is identified as a citizenship or something, blah, blah, blah. But in Ghana, it's not like that.
Huh? It's not like that.
Yeah, he told them.
Country. It's not like that.
People,
Ghana, it's not like that.
You see, people they like to politicize everything. I was listening to the woman. He says in other jurisdiction, their constitution. He referred to other people's constitution. But Ghana, he says not like that. And again, judges do not write or make laws. It's the responsibility of the parliament. You see, so sometimes we make minute argument. Sometimes I don't get it. Question this concern this question matter in court as we speak. According to Ghana Electoral Commission, their laws, you see, before you submit your application, you need to know, or you better know, say you are not what they call you are not subject to any nation. But according to him, when he submitted the application, he hasn't received his what they call it, the certificate yet. That's the problem. You see, sometimes, maybe we consider that what happened like Pacadillo, but the law has been broken. The men need to face consequences. And this our policies and everything don't have nobody. Please.
Okay.
That's all I need to offer. Thank you very much, my brothers. Man.
Okay, thank you too.
There you are. You see, one of the problems we have in Ghana, all of us have made ourselves like aristocrats. We seem to know everything. And it doesn't need an expert knowledge, emotions take over. You see, from what George said, if anybody were listening to George, and the person has now gone off from the radio, he has now got a bad impression about the Chief Justice. This woman, I don't know her. This woman might have spent about 30 years. Listen, let me finish. Can I finish? Can I finish?
No.
This woman
I disagree with that guy.
Can I finish, George? Can I finish my point? This woman has spent about 25, 30 years. 30 years. Practicing law, but within her reputation, it matters a lot. Do you hear what the guy said? The guy said that judges interpret laws. They don't make laws. They interpret. They said two different things. Judges interpret laws. It is what is that does interpret. He doesn't make the law.
Come in.
And you, only 2 minutes. Yes. Who made the law? Ain't for the man making law.
MUSa, can I come in?
Blame the parliamentarians. We must blame the constitution and parliamentarians.
Okay, all right. Kwesi ejina wache. Okay, kwesi ejina wache ntima moma kwesi sumbrabi, kwesi ejina wache. Right. Missy kwesi ejina wache. Missy kwesi ejina wache. Enti moma kwesi sunkebi. Missy kwesi ejina wache. Moma kwesi sunkebi. Missy kwesi ejina wache. Moma kwesi sunkebi. Hey, Missy kwesi ejina wache. Moma kwesi sunkebi. Missy kwesi ejina wache. Moma kwesi sunkebi.
Thank you, Master Musa. Master Musa, you see, Akresi made a submission right now. I wholly disagree. Let me explain. Mr. Akresi, you see, you only become a parliamentarian when you have been sworn in.
Hang on a second, Mibao. I have to say, Akresi is calling from US via the WhatsApp. So, Kwesi, you call, no, it has cancelled him. So, hopefully, he's listening on the radio and he will come back. Okay, I'm listening, Kwesi.
Okay, great. Akresi should listen. Akresi, you see, when Kwesi submitted his document to EC, he wasn't a member of parliament. Take note. In the 1992 Constitution, in Article 94, Clause 2, they say a person shall not be qualified to be a member of parliament. The emphasis here is a member of parliament. You become a member of parliament when you have been sworn in by the speaker. You see, that is why some of us said the Supreme Court has made injustice to Joshika Kwachi because the man wasn't a member of parliament.
But Kwesi, the other argument people are making is that the law is they have interpreted the law to mean that before you submit, you should be pure Ghanaian, not necessarily become before you are a parliamentarian, but before you submit.
Document? Can they quote that document?
Well, that's what Akresi said. That's why I'm reminding you of what he said.
You see, Akresi should quote the relevant document for us. You see, I'm trying to quote the Constitution.
I have the Constitution here, but because of time factor, I'm feeling very lazy to even open.
Don't. You see, Musa, the 1992 Constitution holds supreme over any other document in Ghana. And in the Constitution 94, that is Clause 2, it explains how one becomes a member of parliament. But the man, was he a member of parliament then? He wasn't. If you see, the guy should have waited for the man to become the member of parliament before, but they did a thing before. That is why some of us are having issues with the judgment, this thing, that when we want to get a copy and read. Because the man wasn't a member of parliament. So why is it that the laws are being used against? That is the situation, Mr. Musa. The guy was not then a member of parliament. So by the time he got his certificate before he sworn in, that is where maybe, you see, NDC decided not to challenge them. Fine. Now we go into election. But, you see, they decide not to appeal for it and go back and do election. Because, you see, NPP, they have only 1.5 years. Are we going to waste our time on these people? You know what? Let me say this, Mr. Musa. NPP as political party, they know what they are doing. You know, the 2024 election, there is elephant in the room. They want the numbers in parliament. Okay, do you know that for now, that so-called
okay,
card
let me say, because of time, many have, but let me read it. Simple. Subject to provisions of this article, that is the legislature, a person shall not be qualified to be a member of parliament unless, that is A, he is a citizen of Ghana, has attained the age of 21 years and is a registered voter, that is A. B, he is a resident in the constituency for which he stands as a candidate for election to parliament or has resided there for a total period of not less than 5 years out of the 10 years immediately preceding the election for which he stands, or he hails from that constituency. And C, he has paid all his, paid taxes. Now, clause 2, he said a person shall not be qualified to be a member of parliament if he, A, owes allegiance to a country other than Ghana, or B, has been adjudged or otherwise declared bankruptcy, that other adjudged or otherwise declared bankruptcy under any law in force in Ghana and has not been discharged, or to be of a sound mind. And for I know, so you see this here, it does not state that to be a member of parliament, it starts from, let's say, collecting of forms, and it's a bit gray here. I don't know why.
The man let's check.
He owes allegiance other than Ghana.
MUSa, we need to check whether he got his denunciation certificate before swearing in as member of parliament, which
he didn't do that. He didn't do that. He didn't do that.
I said the man got his certificate before swearing in, so we need to check. So which he did. So MUSa, we need to be careful with the way we are manipulating the system. You see, MPP as a political
Sorry, hang on. Maintain them question. I say, who is manipulating the system?
You see, MUSa, let me say something briefly here.
No, you said we need to be careful. Are you talking about us here or what?
Please ask the question again.
MUSa, you said, your words, we need to be careful about how we manipulate. And MUSa out there, are you talking about us? Yeah, and now who are you referring to?
No, we are talking. We talking here because you see, we are using the document to make our case, and the document is saying that he used the word MUSa, a member of parliament. So if the man submitted his proposal, applied for his denunciation when he was a candidate, he wasn't a member of parliament. So by the time the man won the election, he wasn't even still a member of parliament. You become a member of parliament when you have been sworn in by the Speaker of Parliament. By the time he's sworn in as the Speaker of Parliament, has he then got his certificate? Those are the questions let's ask. MPP and those surrogates, are they asking that question? By the time he's sworn in, become the full member of
Mr.
Parliament.
Sir Gabo.
Yes.
Let's explore this a little bit. For instance, if what Mr. Cressy said was anything to go by, say the time he submitted, he had not received the renunciation, and so that put him at fault to the rules. Yes. If that is what is to go by, my question is, what about the time he submitted? For instance, he submitted and he failed, he didn't win the election. That means anyway, in any case, he has actually infringed the law. So even if he wasn't an MPR, then he could go to prison. Is that not it?
Of course, it is the case, yeah.
So do you know that there are so many people who submitted, even as we speak, they had not received, maybe they got it later. So all those people should be arraigned in court and punished.
No,
I'm asking you, do you agree with me that... No, hang on a second. But Gabi, do you agree with me that if there are people who didn't even succeed to become an MP or become MPs, but they submitted, when they submitted and failed to become MP, even when they submitted that time, they had not received the go-ahead from somewhere. Those people too should be somehow be surcharged or prosecuted. Is that not it?
What does the law say in that case? You know what you and I say? What the law says? What the law says?
Let Gabo answer.
What the law says.
I've sat in the classroom. I've read law.
Mr. Cabo, listen to what the law says.
I'm telling you what the law says. That it's not what you must say. What I say.
Mr. Cabo, listen to what the law says. Mr. Cabo, the law says in Article 42, Clause 2A, they use the word member of parliament. Member of parliament. But you only become a member of parliament when you've won election and the speaker has sworn you in as a member of parliament, Mr. Cabo. But during the course of processes, you are not a member of parliament. Even if you win, you see, if Nana Akufo-Addo win the presidential election and he has not been sworn in as a president, he's not president until he's sworn in. So in the processes, that gap between the processes of swearing in, is not a member of parliament. So the man said he got the certificate before he sworn in as a member of parliament. So why are you punishing him?
And meanwhile, Segabo, let me ask you again, because you are at least defending the NPP, so it will happen that we give you more time to speak. Otherwise, it becomes 2 against 1. Segabo, let me ask you this. When the EC got...
whatever I say, it's my independent opinion.
Yes. No, but you are defending MPP. There's no shame in that. Listen, there's no shame in that. You are defending MPP.
I'm not ashamed at all. I'm not.
Okay, very good. So I'm saying when the EC got his document, the EC should have seen that, but the time you gave it to us or you collected it, that time you haven't received the go-ahead renunciation, so you cannot continue. Why do you think the EC didn't do that?
When you talk about the law, you always go to the spirit and the letter of the law. You don't push things around in law. You go to your state and the letter. Now, you read something that I don't have the document in front of me. There's something that you read that fascinates me. You said something about before somebody can even apply as an MP, you can even file your nomination. If you own any allegiance to any other country other than Ghana, you must renounce it.
No.
That is what, I agree. If what you are saying is the truth, I agree with you. Yes. So I'm asking you, why is it that the EC, with all their top-notch lawyers, when they reported Jesse Kwesi to them, and Jesse Kwesi went and said, oh, look, I've just got the renunciation from Canada. They look at the date. They should have said that, before you started, you should have this. But this is, too late. So you cannot, why do you think the EC didn't refuse him then?
Madam, you are telling me that if you see all the officers over there had aired and allow consequences to file, but the law says that before consequences filed, and if he had any allegiance to any other country apart from Ghana, he also have.
No, it's not true.
So the EC, so the EC lawyer, the EC judiciary, you are telling me that the EC didn't know this?
The question you're not talking about.
No. Are you saying that the EC didn't know that before he filed, he should have everything cleared? Are you saying the EC didn't know this?
Let me say this emphatically. Even if the officials of the EC erred, if they made a mistake, they erred. If they didn't do their work well, and consequently have filed his nomination, whilst he knew perfectly that he was a Canadian and he had not announced his citizenship. And the law says that if you do that, you are frowned upon the law and therefore be guilty. Are you saying that because the EC frowned, he will not be guilty of the law? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Listen, hang on. Let me clear this with you. Segabo. Segabo, hang on. Okay, every narrative, every word, every sentence that the court, they write or they provide is very necessary. Okay. Right. If they wrote that the EC, as they do here in this country, they would have written that the EC erred in allowing him, then of course we know that they are following certain principles. But when they have not written or said that the EC has erred, if the EC has not erred, so what is his fault then? Because if you go to Home Office and they say before you can get permission to stay in this country, you must have lived here, let's say 5 years or 10 years. First, when I came those years in the 90s, you said 7 years or something. So 7 years. Now, you present your papers and everything to the EC. And they ask you how long, to the Home Office. And they ask you how long have you been here? You say, 7 years. Okay, they take your word for it. Now they say, bring the document to prove that you have been here for 7 years. Then you go and ask for, what do we call it? Your maybe your accountant to get the Inland Revenue to give you tax returns, forms, and the rest. So when you send this one to Home Office, and Home Office sees that, oh, instead of 7 years ago, you have just brought documents that will prove only 5 years ago, then the Home Office should see that and disqualify you. If they don't disqualify you and it goes to court later, of course, the court can say that you have erred. But in their narrative, they should also point out that the what we call it, the Home Office has also erred, so that in case maybe somebody collected bribe from you or something, things will be corrected. But this is the case. The EC in Ghana is absolutely free, scot-free on the Onye Bonnie. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Emrani Munisa.
The negligence of the EC. The negligence of the EC will never exonerate. It will never exonerate.
Did the court say that there was a negligence by EC, Anna?
I'm making an assumption.
You see, they didn't. So there was no negligence. The EC, what I'm trying to prove to you is that the EC and the lawyers knew and they know that Jachi Question did the right thing. It's a fact. That is why the EC has not been blamed. The EC know. Their lawyers know. Listen, to weaponize, when you laugh at these things, when you laugh at this thing, it gets my goat. Look, Ochinebi esiunaswa mensu. Ochinebi says esiunaswa mensu. And also say,
easy mistake. And documents in but the Ghana Constitution says, "Obi will apply for become MPBN." So if you owe allegiance in any other country apart from Ghana,
you are not right. You are wrong. Kabo, you are wrong. You are wrong. Kabo, let me explain. Kabo, you are wrong. Let me explain. You see, Kabo, what you see did there, you see they use their credibility to allow Kabo to go and process his candidature. You see, James Kwachi wasn't a member of parliament. So when James Kwachi went to EC and showed them his evidence of applying for renunciation, then James Kwachi was not a member of parliament. So they allowed him to carry on with the processes. So EC didn't make any wrong.
Emrano, is it only based on being a member of parliament? Emrano Chester.
Cabo. Emrano saying that the law is saying that Article 94 clause 2A. It is when one become a member of parliament. Cabo, when do one become a member of parliament? You only become a member of parliament when you have been sworn in by Speaker of Parliament. Okay? If you haven't sworn in by the Speaker of Parliament, you are not a member of Parliament.
Okay, Macho. What are the conditions that makes somebody ability to file for nomination? Condition, Mayor. Condition.
That's a good question. You see, the allegiance is there. The allegiance is there. But to become a member, of Parliament, that is where one has to be discussed. Listen, so if me, Kwesi, I go to Ghana to stand for parliamentarian, and I'm not sure whether I will win or I will lose, and the system allows me to do the processes, I can go through and do the processes, Cabo. When you get to the point and I lose the election, and I know that I lose the election, I can go and tell you, hey, I'm not interested. Tell her I withdraw my document. I'm going back to UK. I'm saving myself, Cabo. Let's be honest. You see, MPP political party. I don't know where you're what you have done to that gentleman, you have only punished him.
Oh, is there? I don't have the documents in front of me. I'm relying on whatever interpretation you're giving to it. And it makes it difficult for me to say anything.
No, let me read. I have the documents for me. Let me read you, Cabo. Listen. Cabo, let me read.
Maybe a document in Damasia. I may go for a reason even before the MP. What are the conditions that will make any eligible person to file his nomination?
Gabo, 1 second, Gabo, we want, you see, somebody is asking some question from far away. Or say, please don't mention my name. Gabo.
Okay.
Should the EC, should they have known that or ask that when they saw his renunciation forms later on, shouldn't they have asked, when did you have this? Or the date? Or shouldn't they have said, hey, no, it's not about just the winning and swearing in Emom. It's all about the beginning, the process. So this is too late. You think the EC shouldn't have known this?
That's right.
Pushing blame if we Adam from creation. Adam Obrina Kubo Obana born no element be for me.
Tobo mo ya ni we na memo aba ojina ho ache.
Adam ran away from his own. I don't make can say me no. The first, I'm making 3 statements. 1, the document is all in front of me. I'm lying upon the Amuke Kano. 2, if there were any negligence on the part of EC, that will not exonerate consequences if you have gone against infringe upon the law. It means I
will tell you, said if there was acute negligence, you can away. Jaja, no, what you can him say? Uko court, Nessa along the process, you know, especially the official from somewhere have been negligent. Even apart from the negligence of Home Office or the police or the negligence of the council, we are going to charge you anyway. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I will practice the whole EC. So me say, if the EC had erred, or if they proved, look, if they proved that Jachi Question had lied to the EC, a different thing. But they didn't prove that he has lied. So it goes to show that the EC knew that he has done the right thing. The EC, look, between you and me, the EC, they know. Because right now, Okofre EC is there. Why did you allow this man to go through her? Now, lawyers now you more hundreds of thousands a year, no? Oh, where the FIA so? What do you mean by that? Now we say their negligence cannot exonerate him. What you say? What you come court? Sir, Obinya Bonnie. Now, sir, Obipo, just the letter kakakra obi here for to ma. Am I to me you discharge you Obi? Now because it has no bearance on any result or any outcomes. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. Forget about NDC for you. Me, I know what I'm talking about. Opa kofra MPP for you bra. Listen, kofa MPP for Jimensa you me woman numbers. Who from atefwa, my atefwa number, atefwa uni matefwa, my interview pay. Who from mama, boss masari. Who friend no mama because omunim say, ye ni say omo.
Because he's a new electoral voter register.
Anyway, listen, George, my last say in Ironco.
Okay. What? Go ahead. Deceit, probably deception. Now the Attorney General, only the lawyer, you need lawyers for Attorney General, only know your George, are you saying that All the license changing, they don't know what they're doing. The seat, South Canada. Let me say you are lineage to Canadian government. No, that's probably Abra. Who say? Answer now, Faliano. Denounce denounce your status. One denounce what Fali. Straight away. You throw upon the law.
I hear from the actress say. I hear from the actress say. Answer now, be filing. I hear from.
Any document.
I hear from the actress say. Answer now, be filing. I say who denounce. When I hear from the actress, I'm running.
Documents not with him.
Hey, okay, mommy number.
What's your number?
No. This is very important. No, the Gabo can hear very important. Gabo, what say? What document be mommy number na kind. Say before you file, what say? Before you file, you should renounce your dual citizenship. What hifa, what constitution mu.
Me can't if you own the allegiance. I want to really, it's in there. It's in there.
Say before you file.
Yes, it was
Gabo, I hear from that. Look, so quote here, I will read it. I don't mind. If you quote, I will read it. I hear from the actual say before you file.
I don't have it. I don't have it. You must read
it. And you can keke.
I'm asking you.
NFM Radio. NFM Radio.
Okay.
Anyway.
NFM Radio.
And what MUSa and other people are discussing. Because I know NDC and you, it could be you. It could be here. Me submitting my passport. Echo Ghana passport. Accra and Tema. MUSa me place of birth was Kumasi. And I was there. Remember say I was there. And by place of birth.
There's no argument there. There's no argument. There's no argument. There's no argument. Kwesi?
Yeah, Musa.
A quick word from you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Musa. Let me say something. Let me give my brother.
Yeah, a very quick one. Yeah,
a quick one. You see, Kabo, you see, politics here, don't let's use politics to divide Ghana. This is what NPP as a political party are doing. They want to grab all the institutions. They want to grab police, which they have. They want to grab military, which they have. They want to grab judiciary, which they have. They want to grab EC, which they have. Now they are struggling to grab parliament. And they think the only thing they can do is grab that seat from Jechukwasi and then they'll grab parliament. They are being controlling NPP. They should stop. Then now Kufado need Baumia. It is time we tell them that look, enough is enough. Thank you, Mr. Musa.
Yo. Gabo, quick one.
Let me make very emphatic that NPP is not a control freak party. I repeat, the NPP is not a control freak party. It is not because even Anado, when he was giving special prosecution, he gave it to the NDC. He cross-cut it and gave it to the NDC person, Martin Ebidu, who knew whether he performed or not. NPP is not. But again, he's talking about the institutions. The IGP, the judiciary, and all the institutions he mentioned. The process here, the IGP, NDC tell me, I'm not saying no, and NPP not buy. It do because NPP a control. You are not impressing me. IGP, any election, government, judiciary, Supreme Court, Abai Biba with the Lipa police officer, sign a decision or come. Now, the buyer will change the beer and man. So when anybody sits on radio say NPP is controlling the institutions, it is neither here nor there. It is the same process. The only thing is that it is now NPP is governing. And when they are doing that, people are not happy. But NDC for back even by mistake, NDC for power, they will still maintain the same NDP. Mahama, the back on the IGP, Mahama, back on the Supreme Court. It is the same process. Yes, sir. We see the lies we tell ourselves. The big lies we tell ourselves.
Okay.
Let me end here.
Chale, medamu nyina ase. Nyame ya admo a ochina ye wa beto aso. Obia ambra no be kan de. If you come and the fire burn you are. Medase.
May God protect you. May God protect you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Lee from Forest Gate. Or say, why should a person be penalized for EC's failure to discharge their duties?
Because
he said, hey, me MUSa question. What's the upon? It's not a question to you. It's not a question to you. I'm reading my text. It's not a question to you. Or say the EC officials checked Kwesi's document and were convinced before he was given the go-ahead to contest the election. So why blame him? Anyway, that is somebody's a friend saying text message. Bindamu nyina se ochina enwumre nyame adoma e ba beto so mo fan cheme na I say a technical issue kakra bi aba we are my engineers will sort it out tonight. Enti ye nyina FNC ha nyame adoma ochina e be say hia bindamu nyina se
nyame ka ho
yo
bye bye.
NFM Radio.
Oh my goodness,
NFM Radio.